Destiny banned for what he said right there.
I mean, do you think that your response to the cold-blooded murder of Charlie Kirk has been appropriate?
Yes. I think that the only way this country moves forward into a better world is when conservatives can finally realize that they need to turn the temperature down on their side. We are 10 years into whatever this Trump madness is, and there is not a single mainstream conservative that will call for a lowering of the temperature on their side. I think that liberals need to wake up and finally realize that if they're not willing to do it, it will never come down. If you wanted Charlie Kirk to be alive, Donald Trump shouldn't have been president for the second term. Every time he's in office, this happens. People joked about when Biden came in, it was so boring, nothing was going on. 7 out of 10 of the largest protests in American history have happened under Donald Trump. All of the recent political violence that's happened in this country over the past 20 years, the majority of it, the overwhelming majority of it, everybody gets mad because they keep asking Grok about it, has been conservative.
Who shot Charlie Kirk?
A guy from Utah who was raised in a Christian family, who was a 22-year-old
white
dude.
described.
He wasn't
Destiny.
trans. He didn't have a trans girlfriend. He didn't have any trans influences. He didn't have any trans bullets. Yeah, I'm sorry, you guys were wrong on all of that.
To be clear, the governor of Utah, Spencer Cox, has made it clear that their investigation has now established that he had been radicalized by a leftist ideology, which drove him to do this. That's just
I'm sorry, excuse me, when?
Yesterday.
Just once again, the leftist cannot tell the truth. He's spreading disinformation.
He said that.
No. When was he radicalized? In the 6 months that he did remote college?
I don't know when he was radicalized, but I do know.
What you just said
I do know
true.
the very reasonable-sounding governor of Utah has made it clear that the investigation. You may not want to hear this.
An ongoing investigation.
You may not want to hear it, Destiny. But the reality is, the investigators, according to the governor of Utah, have established that he was radicalized to a leftist ideology that drove him to murder Charlie Kirk. Now,
and that's the truth, and he doesn't want to admit it. Crazy.
Let me just ask you.
That's just not true.
Let me just ask you.
There's no way to deal with it.
Okay,
You're living in a
accusing the governor of lying.
Yeah.
That's your prerogative. But
sure.
If it turns out to have been somebody with a leftist ideology who wanted to shut up Charlie Kirk, would you condemn that?
I won't condemn anything until the president of the United States can go on air and say, all of us need to calm down.
So you won't condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk until Donald Trump says something.
I'm a YouTuber. Leftists and Democrats have been condemning and turning down the temperature, condemning violence, turning down the temperature for a decade. Donald Trump can't go on TV and say, all of us need to calm down.
Right.
Can you tell me why he cannot?
Why would you expect anybody, Destiny?
You can't answer that. Can you answer that question? Why can't Trump go on TV and say, all of us should be less violent?
Look at that. He's waiting for Donald Trump to do something before he admits that he is wrong. It is crazy. This is just another excuse.
Why can't Trump say that?
Why do you think
your behavior contingent on Donald Trump?
Insane right now.
Why do you think? No, let me ask a question.
On Donald Trump.
Let me ask a question.
Because he's the president of the United States of America and the leader of the
Destiny.
You have a huge audience of young men who listen to everything you have to say. So when it doesn't matter. You have a huge audience, and because of the fact that you have a huge audience, you have a responsibility to not turn. No, it hasn't. It hasn't been broken. I actually care about the country and want to bring people together. You do the opposite. You represent the worst of us, Destiny. You're embarrassing.
You should tell.
Destiny is definitely embarrassing. He's a radical leftist, and I think he should be stopped.
All right, let me ask Destiny a question.
Watch how easy this is.
No, hang on. Don't all shout at once, please.
If Donald Trump would have come out and said, hey, we should all be less violent, I have no problem saying,
I have one question for you, Destiny.
Why can't conservatives do that? Why can't conservatives do that?
Destiny, I have a question for you. Why do you think in your campaign for everyone to dial down the temperature, why do you think that mocking the grieving widow of Charlie Kirk when she posts an image of her at the coffin side, why do you think that constitutes turning down the temperature?
You can't turn down the temperature on your own. The president of the United States is not able.
You're mocking his widow. You're mocking his widow.
This is absolutely ridiculous. This guy has no compassion at all. No sympathy for a young widow that just lost her husband and for her children that are now without a father. Crazy. These people are absolutely ridiculous.
We've had multiple political assassinations over the past year. What do you mean? It's turning up the temperature.
Why did you mock his widow?
Online
because
why did you mock his widow?
Because she's being used as a political weapon right now
wow.
for conservatives to continue their fight. What do you mean, wow? She's literally doing
her husband just got murdered
on email. Yeah, and she's using it to drive up recruitment for
and
a
you
political
can't even
movement.
condemn the murder. You won't condemn it.
Can't even tell his side
You're
to
so
turn the temperature
deranged
down.
about Trump that you cannot condemn the
unhinged.
murder because you're
joke.
waiting for Donald Trump to say something.
Well said, Destiny definitely is deranged. He probably needs healing in his life. I don't know what happened to him exactly, but it is sad to see.
All right, let me bring in Jack. Let me bring in Jack Posobiec. I gotta say,
there's still no answer to that question, Piers. You can't say
which question?
Why can't Donald Trump simply go on TV and say we all need to turn it down,
Fine.
like Biden could, like Obama could,
Fine.
like the Clintons could, like Kamala could? Why not?
Why can't you condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk?
It's unbelievable. I'm not the president of the United States.
Why can't you condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk?
Unbelievable to me.
Why can't you condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk?
Because it wasn't my side that caused it. It should be the one that is driving up the rhetoric.
It actually was your side that caused it. It was your side.
This guy was raised in a white Christian household.
He was a radicalized leftist ideology.
He wasn't radicalized by leftism at all. You have no proof of that whatsoever.
That's what the investigators are saying.
Was a conservative, just like the people that firebombed Shapiro's house.
In complete denial. This guy is in complete denial. He doesn't want to admit that he's wrong, that his side is wrong. It is sad, honestly. I don't know what to do. These people are lost.
Was a conservative, just like all the J6ers were conservatives, just like the Proud Boys were conservative. Every single one of these people. Oh, it's Jack Posobiec. What, the author of Unhuman? Another person that Charlie supported? Good one, dude.
But I'll give you one last chance, Destiny, to condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk.
Yes, you are acting like an unhuman.
Why can't I hear Donald Trump
condemn
violence in this country?
All right, you won't condemn it. Okay, we've all heard.
That's insane.
We've all heard you repeatedly refuse to condemn it.
We've heard Donald Trump refuse to condemn it too. But for some reason, the leftists on YouTube are a bigger deal. Unbelievable.
Yeah, what's incredible is you don't have the basic humanity to condemn it. You'd rather taunt his widow. I find that sickening.
It is sickening. Once again, the far left going way too far.
I find it sickening that when people are getting killed in the country, the president of the United States on Fox and Friends, when they're begging him, what do you say to your followers that want revenge? He says, I don't know, all the elections are rigged. It's the radical Democrats. That's insane to me. And then the fixation is, well, who on Twitter and YouTube isn't condemning the violence?
All right, Jack Posobiec.
That's what this show is about, commenting on the news. If you don't want to comment on the news the proper way, you're probably going to get cancelled. If you ask me, that's what I believe anyway. We will see what happens.
You have a great example here of the type of cancer I'm talking about, where when you present direct information, they refuse, they obfuscate, they say it's not true, they lie. You could see from the bullet casings, you could see from postings, you could see from everything out there that, it's very clear what happened here. This is the same people who supported President Trump almost getting assassinated twice last year, Corey Capatore being assassinated
by
last
conservatives
year in a situation. Again, see, just lies. That's all they do. They talk over. They don't even let you give a chance to speak. And something needs to be done, Piers. Something absolutely needs to be done. This ideology should be shamed, humiliated, driven from the public discourse. I mean, you've got people who have completely dissociated with humanity because all they care about clicks, YouTube streams and likes. Go to the casket. Go to the.
Well said, my guy. Well said. This guy is right. I could not have said it any better. Absolutely beautiful to hear what he said right there. I could not agree more.
Gravesite. Go talk to the widow. I don't even know how to discuss this with someone who's completely lost all touch with reality.
Yeah, I mean, Anna.
He lost all touch to reality. He lost all of his humanity, if you ask me.
Jack's answer to why can't the president say we should all be less violent?
Right. Because you can't even condemn the cold-blooded execution of Charlie
Donald Trump
Kirk.
turns on Destiny.
I don't think you're in the
YouTube,
position to demand anything from anybody
on YouTube. That's how I'm going to take my.
You're
my
not in any
pointers,
position to condemn anybody for anything. You won't condemn a cold-blooded
He's the president
murder.
of the United States. He's the president of the United States. No one here can answer that question.
Basic humanity says the murder was horrific.
Can't say
Why can't
all
you
of us
say
need
it?
to be less violent.
Why can't you say it, Destiny?
For over a decade.
To say the murder was horrific and unacceptable.
Why can't Donald Trump say it?
You can't do it,
can you? Hear any words for Donald Trump?
All right, Anna Kasparin.
Donald Trump. Nothing exactly.
Anna Kasparin.
He cannot say it. It is crazy that he won't admit that he is wrong. These people are completely lost. I think somewhere in their life they are missing something. I don't know what it is, but it is sad. Hopefully he finds the truth and he is able to do much better in the future, but I'm not sure. I think he's completely gone.
To me, this is what I'm talking about, that I think there is an element of the left, the hard woke left, that have completely lost their minds. If you are not able to just outright simply condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk, and if you cannot stop yourself from mocking his grieving widow, you are sick, as I've just seen from Destiny.
You tell him, Piers, you tell him you are sick.
The sick thing is weaponizing a widow's grief to try to do recruitment for your political party. That's probably one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. She's showing up in emails for recruitment drives for TPUSA.
Destiny? What did you think the assassination of a political figure would do? What did you think the outcome was going to be? What did you think the outcome was? And by the way,
are you asking me for the pragmatic political outcome, or are you asking me for...
Hey, how about take it easy on the Adderall? Take it easy on the Adderall, and let me answer the question that Piers asked me.
You must have been really bullied today, I guess.
Anna, speak, please.
My behavior is not reliant on how anyone else behaves. Every morning I wake up and I make decisions about how I choose to react or respond to things. I don't wake up in the morning, check what Donald Trump has to say, and then base my own personal behavior on his behavior. I agree with you in that it would be very helpful to have the leader of this country want to turn the temperature down. And he hasn't done that. I agree with you on that. But that doesn't change the way I choose to respond to what's going on. The idea of mocking a woman who is now a widow with 2 young children who witnessed her husband get shot in the neck and bleed out to death. How could you mock that? What is wrong with you? I just don't understand it.
I don't understand. How could you want that, she said, and I could not agree more. I think she is telling what needs to be said right there, and hopefully Destiny realize how wrong he is, but I'm not sure it is gonna ever happen.
That's it. I don't understand it. I don't understand you, Destiny. You have so much hatred in your heart, and at the same time, you judge others.
If you're going to weaponize somebody's grief against the other party, well, then of course people have a right to fight back against it. I think that she has every right to grieve in whatever way she wants, but when that grief is going to be weaponized to do recruitment, political recruitment, and further radicalization of the other side, then of course you not only have the ability to mock it, I think you have the obligation to mock it. It's insane.
Let me understand. Let me understand your argument. So since others are using her grief to politically recruit, you think that it's okay to mock her specifically?
Since others are using her grief, she's the one who gave a 17-minute speech on TV where she talked about good versus evil. She's the one showing up in TPUSA ads to 1 or 2 days after.
If someone assassinated my husband, I would not be able to have the level of composure she had during that speech. I would be out for blood.
Erika Kirk obviously is a great woman. She did a great speech. She has been a great widow, a great wife to her husband, and she's now honoring him just like she, as much as she could. Honestly, she could not have done any better. It was absolutely amazing to see her, how strong she is and how she is able now to carry her husband's mission. It is sad for her and for her children, obviously, but I think her voice and the voice of her husband is not lost at all. I think many Charlie Kirk are gonna be born very, very soon, if not already, and we are all for free speech trying to pursue what Charlie Kirk did, spreading the right values among young people. We will see what happens next.
Understand why she's angry and why she said the things that she said. Okay, you need to understand what being a human is, what it's like to actually lose someone that you love, that you chose to spend your life with, that you chose to raise children with. A person who was violently and viciously assassinated like that. This is why I've moved away
and when something
identifying as...
Destiny definitely lost his humanity. He lost all kind of sympathy and compassion for such an appalling moment in his story. It is sad. I don't know if he can be saved or not. It is sad, obviously. Thanks for watching, guys. Click right there to watch the next one. Bye-bye.